I'm holding on to you, and I don't wanna go so soon.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Don't Tell Anyone podcast. This is the ultimate spot where we spill the game changing tricks, secret hacks, and insider moves that top producers keep locked down tight. So if you're a music producer who's ready to crush it, own your sound, and blow up the scene, you're exactly where you need to be. Every episode is jam packed with tips and insights to level up your skills and fast track your rise. So, are you ready to unlock your potential? Let's dive in. And today, I'm super excited to have with us Nigel Quah, aka Foxela. Described by DJ Mac for his rapid fire dance floor fillers and boasting millions of streams, Foxela is undoubtedly one of the Asia's hottest producers and a major artist to watch. At just 22 years old, he's already collaborated with some incredible names like Brazilian duo Dubdogz, billion stream sensation Brando, and American Idol finalist Robbie Rosen. He's released tracks on world renowned labels including Insomniac, Proximity, and Monstercat. Music has always been in Nigel's blood. He started producing at just 9 years old, famously borrowing his older sister's laptop when she wasn't looking, and since then, he has never looked back. He's also earned support from heavyweights like Brooks and Will Sparks and performed at Monstercat All That Matters closing party, as well as the recent Celebrate Youth Festival at Gardens by the Bay. Nigel, welcome to the podcast. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor.
It's an honor to have you, man, for our special 10th episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the first most question that I asked every producer is like their origins. I just want you to start at the absolute beginning. When and where did your journey with music start? Who inspired you to make music? What were you doing back then? I just want to know everything from the beginning.
Gotcha. So this was like many years ago. I was in primary school. So I was like, yeah, about 9 at the time. Um, I had a friend, his name was Ryan, like he was my best friend back then in school. He went up to me one day and he was like, "Yo, have you heard of Monstercat?" He was like, "Oh, it's a YouTube channel that makes their music." So I was like, "Oh, what is that?" I was like, so I listened to it and I was like, "Wait, that was interesting. Like, what is this song that doesn't have any guitars, pianos, vocals, whatever?" Like, so that was my first ever exposure into like electronic music. And I was just intrigued, like how do people make music without anything organic? So then I went on like a little deep, like I went down a rabbit hole. I was searching on Google, how's this possible? What programs do people use? This and that, this and that. I was like, I want to do it because I can't play the piano, I can't play the guitar, but I want to make music because that's super cool. So, I mean, come on, I was 9, so for some reason I didn't find out about like FL Studio or whatever. I just searched music making games. So I went to an online like game website and there was a game that it was kind of like a sampler, like they let you tap this button and then the guitar will play, tap this button and then drums will play. I mean, there was no real way to export anything I made, so I just screen recorded it. I burned it into a CD. I gave it to my parents. I was like, "Yo, I made a mixtape, man." And they were like, "Yo, you know what? This is actually pretty good." Yeah. So then fast forward like maybe 1-ish years after, my sister got a MacBook, and then as you said, she was like, "Oh, dude, I got GarageBand." I was like, "What is that?" And I looked at it. I was like, "Wait, this looks like a professional music software. Let me get into that." So then, you know, at that time, all of my friends were playing games, like Need for Speed and all that stuff. But for me, I was just making music all day long on GarageBand, like ever since I found out about it and ever since I learned how to use it. So yeah, I just stole my sister's laptop since then. She was really angry because she needed it for school. So yeah, that's about it.
Oh, that is amazing, man. I also want to ask you like about your name, Foxela. It's like really unique. What's
Yeah,
the story behind this name?
so I get that question a lot. So last time I So this was like before Foxela. I was making music already. I didn't know what to name myself then, so I used a random word generator, and then the word that came out was cityscape, and I rolled with that for like 2 years, and then it hit me like this name sucks. Like, what is cityscape? Like, dude, it doesn't mean anything. It's not special to me. So then I was just like actively searching for names, inspirations, and all that stuff. So one day I was in I think New Zealand with my family, and then snowing really heavy. It was snowing really heavily, and then the runway got closed because there was like frost all over. And my mom had to go and collect like vouchers and stuff because they were gonna like reimburse us with like food or something. So then I followed my mom to the counter, and then um they asked my mom for a name, and then she wanted to say F for Foxtrot. So she's like Foxtrot, blah 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 blah. So she's like Foxtrot. As she said Foxtrot, I was like looking at the name tag of the lady at the counter, and her name was Amela. So then my mind was like Foxella. I was like, wait, that's a sick name. So I ran back to my dad. I was like, Dad, I got a name, Foxella, and he was like, for what? It's for the music thing. Yeah, that's all to it actually. And then I searched it on Google. I searched Foxella. Nothing came out. And I was like, okay, I'm onto something. This is gonna be the name. And I guess it just stuck till now.
That is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. So, what's your normal day look like? Like, what are some of the other things that you're doing in life? Are you like making a full-time living off of music, or is there something else on the side?
Yeah, so I'm actually in school as well. I'm in college. So, there's a balance between school and then the artist project. And then, of course, like, I run a company on the side. So we do samples. We've been working with BandLab. We've been doing like commission work. We recently concluded a project with Last War Survival, the game. Yeah, among other stuff. So we've been balancing those three things. And of course, I have my own hobbies. I play football. I like to collect Pokemon cards.
That is sick, man. I used to collect them back in like 2015 or something. Yeah,
Oh,
I
dude,
think
do you still have them?
maybe I would have been having them somewhere.
Who knows,
I
man?
would have
You're
to
worth a
look.
bunch.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a boom right now. Like everyone's been collecting Pokemon cards, so it's just been really expensive. It's become a really expensive hobby because of like the scalpers and everything. So once like packs or like boxes get released into like retail stores, it's gonna disappear in like 2 minutes or something.
yeah, and they're rare, pretty rare.
Yeah.
So, my next question is like, your first release on Monstercat was Fallen, right?
Yes,
How,
that's
like,
right.
tell me everything, like, how did that opportunity came about, and how did you feel like that you signed the dream label? It's like a dream label for me.
Yeah, it is crazy because, as I mentioned just now, Monstercat was the reason why I got into electronic music in the first place. So it was a really full circle moment for me. Um, yeah, so I always tell this story as an example of how it's really important to network with people. So yeah, so Fallen was released in 2020, I think. So yeah, go back a few years. Wait, was it 2020? Honestly, I forgot. Wait, it feels like it's been forever. I'm gonna fact check myself. Fallen Foxella. Yo, 2022. Gosh, damn. 2022. Yeah, so back a few years. 20, yeah, so that was 2020, I think. I met a producer in Singapore. He was pretty big at that point of time. Uh, he's been producing for all of the local hot shots, and then one day, a song came out. It was for another artist, but he was the producer. So I was like, dude, the song is amazing. The production quality is super high. So, I was like just really like upcoming at a point of time, and I decided to, just shoot my shot, like maybe try to network with him and just like send him a DM and like, hey, I know you produced this song. It's really dope, blah blah blah. I'd love to like meet you for a coffee someday, maybe like, pick your brain or something. I was like, yeah, sure, come over to my studio. So then I did, and then we had a good chat, and then we became friends. So fast forward maybe like 1 or 2 years later, um he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to release with? I mean, it's more like, do you want to send demos to Monstercat?" And I was like, "Wait, what? How?" It's like, "Yeah, I know Monstercat's been trying to set up like a Southeast Asian team, and one of the guys is based in Singapore. So like, do you want to like try to shoot over some demos? I can send you his number. He's pretty down to like listen." And I was like, "Yo, that's crazy. Let's do it." So then I did. I sent him 3 songs, and he forwarded it to the main A&R team, and then they're like, "Yo, I listened to it, but it's not our thing." So I got rejected, and I was like, "Okay, sure," because you know how it is. Like, you face rejection every day, as an artist, and it's normal because like labels have their own sound, and then artists have their own sound. If it doesn't match, it doesn't match. So then I was like, "Okay, sure, no problem." So then, I think fast forward a couple months after that, I had a thing, I like a situationship with a girl, and then it ended. And then I was like, "Oh man, this sucks. I'm sad." So I made a song. I wrote some lyrics, and I was like, "Okay, let me try to sing on it because why not?" So that song was just like, it was just a for fun kind of thing. It's just me trying to protect my feelings. So then I made it, and I was like, "You know what? I'll just send it to Monstercat again. What the hell?" So I just sent it one song. Usually how you usually send like a whole bunch of like demos, right? I just decided to send one. I sent it to them, and a few days later, they're like, "Oh, we listened to it. The team liked it. Let's roll with this release."
Wait, a few years later?
Yeah, since meeting. No, sorry, no, that was a few months later.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's just really shortly after. So they're like, "Yeah, okay, let's roll with this release. Like, we like it. Let's sign it." And I was like, "What? No way, right?" Because I remember I just woke up. No, yeah, I just woke up. I just woke up. I saw the email, and I was like, "Am I dreaming?" I closed my eyes, rubbed my eyes. I looked at it. I was like, "Wait, this is real. I'm gonna get signed to Monstercat." So then, yeah, so that's how Fallen happened. It was crazy, and then everything, like the rest is history.
Well, I can't imagine what must be going through your mind at that point of
Yeah,
time.
I think I have a video of me, like a live reaction. I just jumped out of bed. I was like, I have it somewhere.
Well, that is really crazy. I would love to like work with them if I get a chance to. um,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So, my next question is: you were also featured on Boiler Room, right? Riria set in Japan, I think.
Yes, yes.
So, like, how did that happen, and like, how did you find out about like that your music was played by Riria?
Yeah, so actually the one ETA remix that I did, I dropped it I think about 2 or 3 years ago, like from now. I think was it 2023? I forgot. Anyway, so I just posted it out there. I was like, "Okay, I'm a house artist. I listen to Jersey Club quite a lot. And let me just try to like, like for fun, let me just try to make a remix, post it on SoundCloud. I've been really liking New Jeans, so why not?" So I just did a little flip, posted it on SoundCloud, and then okay, whatever, right? I just left it there. Went about with my whole thing, and then a couple months later, I saw it like, being played on a couple of clubs, like DJs started to pick it up. I got tagged on TikTok a bunch. And then one day, uh I saw that it was played on Hidden the Clouds Festival, the 88 Rising one in LA, by this DJ called B. So since then we've become really good friends. So she posted the video, and then it blew up, and then it got like I think close to 2 million views on TikTok. And then I was like, "Yo, that's kind of crazy." Like, so that's how it got a little viral. And then, like with the snowball effect, more DJs started like picking it up. Then I heard that it was being played before Beyonce concerts, which was crazy. So then there's like, it snowballed and snowballed, and then one day I got tagged by Riria, and yeah, it was like a whole thing about, "Oh, Riria Boiler Room set coming out soon," and then it was my song, and I was like, "Wait, No way, right? I was on Boiler Room. That's crazy. So then that video blew up, and then every single video that she posted with that with the remix blew up, and then the main video that got posted on Boiler Room's YouTube page, that was the most replayed part. And then for all of Boiler Room's promotional videos for her set, the song choice was that remix as well. So then it was a massive thing, and I was just being tagged nonstop on Instagram, TikTok, and honestly, that's just how I found out. It was it's crazy because like I've been a big fan of Boiler Room. Like since the longest time. They were like really small. Starting up, and then Freddy happened, and then they just blew up, and then I mean, even saying it now, like even recounting it now, it's still kind of crazy to me, because it's still being played everywhere. Hit in the Clouds Festival this year, Arm& Hammer played it, and then it was played during G Dragon's set as well. So Jason the Ween was like crowd surfing to the remix. And yeah, I mean, all because of a song that I made for fun. So I guess the lesson learned here is just to, just do it, just do it.
And have fun while doing it.
Yeah, just have fun while doing it, exactly.
Yeah. You also played at Monstercat All That Matters closing party, right? So where was it? Who performed? Who did you all meet? And what was your experience
So
overall?
that was in Singapore as well. Um, so every year or so, there's a pretty big like music conference that happens called All That Matters. So that year, um, Monstercat wanted to announce their sorry, they wanted to announce their venture their venture into Southeast Asia, and then they were opening an office in Singapore. So then, that whole show was in conjunction with Grand Prix Singapore. So like it
The
was,
Formula One Grand Prix.
yeah, Formula One Grand Prix.
Okay, okay.
So it was a whole thing. And then Weird Genius was there, Horprox, and me. So three on the lineup, and we're DJing in front of an actual F1 car.
Oh,
Yeah. So that was like, it was nuts, dude. It was nuts. And it was in this place in Singapore called Clarke Quay. So it's like the hub for nightlife here. So at the central of Clarke Quay, there's like a water feature. So like there's like a little like yeah, it's like a water feature, kind of like kids like to go there and play, like water shoots up from the ground and stuff. So it's quite big. They blocked out the whole area and set up a stage there, brought an F1 car in there. I have no idea how they did that, but yeah, so yeah, that's how it was. It was crazy. And then I met Weird Genius for the first time, and then Whole Props for the first time. We were just like going around Singapore, like going for parties, eating good food. The whole Monstercat team was here as well. I know we had Asian seafood, so we had like crabs and all the weird like sashimi of like weird stuff that I'd never eat. It was fun. It was fun.
okay. So my next question is what's a personal milestone that means the most to you so far? The most personal milestone and
Mm,
achievement.
I think, uh, honestly, I still remember when I signed my first song onto a record label. I think I might have been about 14 at the time. Yeah. So I I got my song signed to a record label called Vibes Records. Like great team, great guy. Like I still remember them till today. Like they're great people. Had my song put up on Spotify, and then got my first royalty check from them. You know, I was so young, so they had to like hand me a contract that I'd give it to my dad and be like, could you help me check this? Because I had no idea. It was like a whole bunch of like really big words, like big legal terms. I was like, Dad, you gotta help me check this out. And then they were like, okay, are you sure? This is what you want to get into? Is this safe? Blah blah blah. So then I went through all of that. Had my first song released through a label, so that was a big milestone. for me, and then got my first royalty check from them. I had to create like a PayPal account, and that was also another big milestone. You know, like first money that you've received off music. Yeah, then few years later on, had a song with Proximity. So that was also another major milestone because like those were like it was one of the labels that inspired me, you know, back when I was starting out. And then of course the biggest one, Monstercat.
Yeah.
Full
Yes.
circle moment. So yeah.
Okay. So, what are the some of your favorite things that you like to do when you're not making music?
Oh, uh well, I play football a lot, like soccer, and have a game tomorrow actually. And I like to cook a lot, I like to explore good food, I like to travel. Then I once again been collecting a whole bunch of this as well. Been a while. So yeah, I mean my life, I try to like balance music with everything else. Cause to me, in my opinion, if everything is all about music, sometimes it can get a little bit stale.
Yeah,
Cause yeah,
absolutely.
like yeah, so I mean at the start when I was starting out, like my whole life was really just about music. I I kind of like sacrificed my social life. I sacrificed a lot of stuff just to make music every day. I was in like secondary school. So secondary school, after school, I'd go home, make music, have dinner, make more music, sleep. So that was the whole cycle for many years. So, I mean, after a while, I just, reflected and I was like, yeah, it did help a lot, but what did I lose out? I lost a whole bunch of fun. I lost on a lot of other life experiences. So, I mean, nowadays, when I get the chance to travel, I will travel. When I get the chance to focus on my other hobbies, I'd also do that. But of course, my main hobby, my main thing, my main like the lifeblood in me is still music. So of course, as much as possible, I try to like strike a balance. I try to integrate music into other things. So yeah, I think it's all about like balance. So yeah.
Okay. My next question is, how do you approach making a track? Like, what's your creative process like? Do you start with a drop? Do you start with the drums? Like, what do you usually start with? And like, how do you approach it? Production.
Uh to me, the melody is everything. So I will just open a piano, yeah, piano sound. I will start with chords, and then I'll just put the melody over. So if it doesn't sound good in its raw form, like just piano, it's not gonna sound great. It's not gonna be special when it's fully fleshed out. So I feel like in its base form, it has to sound good first. So I usually just start with the chords, the melody. I'll do something and I close my eyes if I can envision this song being a banger. If I think the melody is really catchy on its own, then I will like continue with it. So that's usually how I start.
That is really crazy. Um, are there any challenges that you face while making music? Like, whether it's writer's block, whether it's burnout or anything? And
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the two major challenges would be, I mean, writer's block and burning out. So, I mean, as we're speaking right now, I've been taking a short break from music because I'm having the worst writer's block. I'm a little bit burnt out from everything else because, school and all that stuff. So, I've just been taking it chill, it's been a challenge, but I've been getting back into it, been making a few pretty cool projects and dropping a song at the end of the month as well.
no, that is
So
really
thank you. So yeah, I'd say like those are really major challenges, and a lot of my friends, they face it as well. It's a normal thing. So yeah, I've been focusing on other hobbies, going out a little more to like try to stop myself from like feeling this burnout, trying to get back in the groove, trying to find more inspiration. And it tends to work. It has been working. So yeah.
it's amazing, brother. Now my next question is like, your sound, blends a lot of emotional melodies with really powerful drops. So, how would you like describe your style, and what are some of the elements that you think make a Foxela track? You know?
Ooh, okay. So this is funny because I've been trying to ask myself that question and I can't answer it. I'm just like, okay, cool melody, nostalgic vibes. That's it. That's all I can conjure up. So I've been asking my friends, what do you think, like, what do you think a Foxella's, what do you think the Foxella sound is like? Like, how do you describe it? And then all of my friends, they say the same thing. They say nostalgia, they say uh sunset vibes, night drives, road trips. So I think after much thinking, I do agree with them. I think those are the vibes that go into a Foxella song. Um, I try to focus a lot on the melody. So a Foxella song has to have a nice melody, at least a vocal one. Right now, I've been trying to make a whole bunch of progressive house as well. And I've been trying to like throw it back, to like Z clarity times. So the melody has to be really important. You have to have nice, beautiful chord progressions, beautiful melodies, and those are must-haves for me. So I've been very stringent with the songs that I make. If I'm a little unhappy with the melody, dude, I'm not gonna release that song.
Okay. What are like some of your favorite go-to generator or VFX plugins when making music?
Ooh, okay. So I have two in every song. Uh, Serum. Everyone loves Serum. And
Yes.
ROM. ROM is a reverb plugin by Native Instruments. And that's honestly my secret sauce. It sounds so good. Like I don't like everyone's like, okay, use Valhalla, use this and that, this and that. So I'm a very stock plugin guy. I don't have that filter. I just use like stock Logic, uh, delay, stock Logic, EQ. Sometimes I use stock Logic, reverb, but yeah. So if you ask me to pick my favorite two, it has to be Serum and ROM.
Okay. Now, like when you finish making a track, so how do you approach mixing and mastering? Like, do you do it all by yourself? Like,
Yeah, it's all by myself. You know, I have this mentality that I want to do everything myself because one, it's my song, and two, when I was growing up, I didn't have any resources. Back then, YouTube videos like tutorials were pretty scarce as well, so I had to figure it all out by myself. I had to learn how to mix and master, sound design, everything. I had to do it all by myself. So I guess that kind of just rolled over till now, and even with stuff like artwork, photography, and all that stuff. I didn't have any friends in the creative industry when I was younger, and I didn't have any money to pay anyone to help me. So I had to figure that all out by myself. My dad had a CD box with Photoshop 5 inside. So I had to back then when PCs had CD slots, put in Photoshop, figure that out by myself. So yeah, till now I still do all of the stuff by myself.
that is crazy, man. Now we're going to jump into a quick fire round. So I'm going to be asking you some things, and you have to reply to them instantly.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So one track that you hate that everyone else seems to love.
Selfie, Chainsmokers.
Okay. Your biggest regret?
Oh, not networking more when I was younger.
Okay. Would you ever walk away from music? Why or
No,
why not? That's
I will never. I will never. Music makes me happy, and music helps me. I get to project my emotions through music, so that's already an important part.
yeah. Your biggest guilty pleasure?
uh, Blasting dubstep at night.
Oh, crazy, man, crazy. Last song you listened to?
Wait, let me show it to you. So my friend Kiara just dropped a new song, with Mogwai called "In the Air Tonight."
Okay.
This is the last song I listened to.
Crazy, man. I'm definitely gonna check this one out.
Yeah, it's a dope song.
Okay. Analog synths or digital plugins?
Oh, look, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it, but I think digital plugins, because I feel like it's in the end it's more versatile.
Yep. Would you rather lose your entire project folder or your entire fan base?
I'd lose all of my I lose my project folder.
Okay. One track of yours that you secretly think is overrated?
Darkness.
Okay. Have you ever Googled yourself? What came up?
Oh yeah. Bunch of like articles. My face. I think that's about it.
I also
There.
found one sort of Foxela cream. I think that's a pharmaceutical drug or something.
Oh yes, that one. Yeah. So that came after, and I was so confused. I was like, "Is that even allowed?"
Okay. What's worse, being cringy or being forgotten?
Being cringy.
Okay. If not music, what's the plan B?
Start a business.
And what?
Damn, something creative. Something creative.
Okay. Have you ever like sent a risky DM to a label or artist and got left on scene?
Oh yeah, all the time. Uh, I'll share this story with you. So this was a few years back. When I was just like sending risky DMs and emails every day. I sent a song to Selected, and sometimes they listen to the song, sometimes they don't. But then as I sent it, my email server died. Like there was something wrong with the routing or something. It died. So that was the first ever email I sent to Selected, and I didn't know if they would respond. I don't know what their style was. So then I sent a follow-up 5 days later. It's like, oh, in case my song got accepted, could you tell me if it got accepted or declined because my email died? That was the worst email I've ever received.
Yeah.
You feeling the cringe right now?
Of course, man. I've also done the same things.
Oh gosh.
Okay. The weirdest fan interaction you've ever had.
Oh, okay. So I was in Manila. I was playing a festival a couple months ago in May. So after my set, someone came up to me, wanted to take a photo, and then passed me a pair of Ben 10 boxers to pose with. Like, it's weird, but in a good way. I love that kind of weird, man. I was so happy.
My God. Have you ever used a preset and pretended it was a custom?
Yes.
Okay. If you could erase one part of your discography, what would it be?
Oof. See, that's a hard question. Best quick fire. Maybe COVID era.
Okay. Have you ever pretended to be working on music just to avoid people?
Yes, all the time. I'm quite an introvert.
That is crazy, man. Hard truth. Are you in for this for the art or for the fame?
For the art.
Okay. Describe your last 3 months in one word.
Hiring.
Okay. Now I'm going to be giving you two musical genres and you have to bless one and you gotta burn one.
Okay.
Okay. So dubstep or techno?
I like dubstep.
Okay.
Burn techno.
We gotta pick one only.
Okay. Yeah, I picked dubstep. It's really close though.
Okay. Acid versus jazz.
I picked jazz. To keep.
Grime versus hardcore.
I'll keep hardcore.
Okay. Trap versus psytrance.
Ooh, yeah, easy. I'll keep trap.
Trap is the gold, man.
Yeah.
Love trap.
You should know you made trap.
Of course, man. EDM versus classical.
Yo, I have to keep EDM because that's my life.
Of course. Pop versus hip hop.
Pop versus hip hop.
Yes.
Oh, I'll keep pop. Yeah.
Yep. Speed house versus drum and bass.
Ooh, I'll keep drum and bass. A lot of my friends do speed house, so I hope they don't see this video.
Okay. Trance versus house.
Oh, I'll keep house. 100%.
Okay. Drum step versus chill out.
I'll keep chill out.
Okay. Breakbeat versus future bass.
I'll keep future bass 100%.
Okay. R&B versus blues.
Ooh, I'll keep blues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Progressive house versus slap house.
I'll keep progressive house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Controversial for me.
UK garage or bass house.
Ooh, I'll keep UKG.
Okay. Now is the battle of the dilemmas. So, would you ever make music for love or would you make music for money?
Yo. Man, you asking the tough stuff. I mean, in the end, I think I'd make music for the love. Although it is very important to earn money through music if it's your main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you're too good at one thing, money automatically flows, right?
Yeah, that's true. Also, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Being underground forever versus selling out for a hit.
See, I think selling out for a hit is the better option because you can. That's how you get your fan base first. That's a way to get your fan base first, and then you can go underground after that.
Oh,
Ah,
thank you, bro. Yeah. Okay. One viral hit with no legacy versus 10 underrated classics.
underrated classics. I think 10 underrated classics can amount to more than one hit. So I'll pick that one.
Okay. Being a producer, ghosting behind the scenes versus a mediocre but famous DJ.
I like fan interaction. I like touring, so I'm honestly I'd rather be mediocre. You can't be the most.
You ain't mediocre. You're amazing, man. I love your
Thank you.
music. Streaming era success versus tour grind legacy.
I think streaming era success might be better because I know a lot of DJs, they get really stressed out with the touring grind. So it's kind of bad for your mental health.
Yeah. Okay. A loyal niche fan base versus a massive but flaky one.
I'm all for fan interaction again, so I think a loyal fan base would be nicer because like it feels like your friends are your fans and your fans are your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. A collab that gets views versus a solo track that flops but means something to you.
You can have both. I think I'd gravitate towards a collab because sometimes it's all about the experience of collaborating with like someone bigger as well.
Absolutely. Your name on a festival lineup, third row versus headlining a local show.
I'd rather headline a local show for now because I still love my home country and that hasn't happened yet.
Okay. Uh, Now, would you choose haters in the comments or should there be no comments at all?
Oh, I'd rather haters in the comments because
Okay.
I feel like if you have haters in your comments, means you're doing something right.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on, my next question is, do you ever feel like that you're compromising your creativity just to stay relevant in the EDM scene?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
Do you feel like you're compromising your creativity just to stay relevant in the EDM scene?
No, I don't think so. I'm quite lucky because um I like the stuff that I do and people like the stuff that I do as well. So I'm in that sweet spot, I think. So I'm very lucky and fortunate to say that no, I'm not compromising anything.
That is crazy. Now, has there been a time when you made a track just for the numbers and did it actually work?
Oh yeah, Darkness.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little cute psytrance song. I mean, I don't hate the song, don't get me wrong. I like the song, but at that point of time, it was not really my thing. It was kind of like, man, everyone's doing that stuff, so let me just do it as well. So then I did it. It got signed. Got a million streaks. So yeah, I mean, I'm thankful that that song came out. I will never delete it. I listen to it all the time now, still actually.
Crazy, man. Uh, what's like the one thing about EDM music scene that you absolutely hate, but you feel forced to play along with?
Oof. I feel like sometimes having to make content. So at the start, I was really annoyed when I had to make content. My manager back then was like, dude, you gotta start making content. I don't want to be the guy to say that, but you have to focus on making content equally as, like making music. So like you have to make music as much as to make content. So I was like, I'm in here for the music. Why am I supposed to make videos? Like, why do I have to join the Instagram, TikTok bandwagon? That was my thinking back then. But then I realized that it was a necessary evil, and then I learned how to like it. The content that you put out, you have to enjoy. So if you ever put out content that you hate, you put out content that you're forced to do, people can tell, and your video will not do well. So my Instagram page is now just it's like my visual diary. Every single time I post, it's something that's intentional, it's something that I like. So yeah, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with it now, I guess.
Um, how do you like feel about course producers in the EDM? Are they necessary evil or are they sort of a creative betrayal?
So I can understand I can understand the use of ghost producers because sometimes when artists are touring, they're traveling, they just don't have the time to make music. I think it's important that you do have a say in your songs. You have creative input, but if ultimately you really can't find the time for whatever reason to, make the song, then I guess I think it's fine. I think it's okay. Because sometimes music is also a business, whether you hate it or not. So if that's the best decision for you, then I mean, I'm okay.
Okay. Uh, you've like worked with some of the greatest producers and vocalists. So, what do you look for in a collaboration, in a collab partner? Like,
I
what do
think
you look for?
someone that I collaborate with would have to be on the same wavelength as me. I don't want the process of collaborating with someone to be so professional and structured. It has to be fun. And of course, I'm okay with like making a song with anybody. Some people might say, "Oh, they have to be more popular than me. They have to be good or whatever." I think there's beauty in collaborating with everyone because there's lessons to be learned anywhere. So as long as you're on the same wavelength as me and we can do it like friends, I'm down.
Okay. So, are there any artists that you love to work with, dead and alive?
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Dude, think about it. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And in alive,
Alive, Garrix.
Garrix. I love Garrix, man.
Did you see the new song that came out? The one with Afrojack, Garrix, Guetta, and Email.
Yeah, you got back to spinning, right?
Yeah, that was a surprising move, but not surprised at the same time.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I don't know, like, what's going on. Why, like, he came back because he just, like, you know, for the court case and he took all of his music rights and now he's selling back to spinning again his rights.
Yeah, I mean, I got no comment for that. I think he'll make the good business decision.
Okay. So, like, what are some of your current favorite tunes that you're listening?
Let me go through my like songs for you. Okay, we have Just Us Flashback, the song Stamped. We have Peace of Mind by Garrix, and let me pick one more. We have Cardio by Larissa Lambert. That's not EDM. It's a good song though.
Okay. My last and final question for this podcast is if there's any one piece of advice you could give to yourself when you were first starting out, what would that advice be?
Don't listen to the haters. Back then, when I was starting out, I was in like a online community, and it could get pretty toxic at times. Everyone was just like talking about how like they weren't very welcoming to newer producers and stuff like that. So I took it to heart. So I felt pretty bad. So if I were to tell myself, if I could speak to my younger self, I'd just say, just do your thing, and you're on the right path.
Thank you so much, Nigel, for joining the show. It really means the world.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Congrats on your 10th episode.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for tuning into this podcast. Make sure you give this podcast a 5-star rating if you're listening to Apple or Spotify Music, and like and share and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, keep grinding, keep producing, keep working hard, and above all, don't tell anyone. Peace.
5 stars.
And be lost in reverie.